And we're back again. Kerbal Space Program. Last episode we landed on the moon, and that was awesome. And I didn't really say what we were going to do this episode. To be honest, I didn't even know what we were going to do this episode. But I'm thinking we're definitely going to try and improve our rockets for the most part. So we got 60 science last time because we sent half of our 120 science in transmission. So we have 70. So we have enough to buy one of these two, but we don't really need that, and we don't really need that. I think the next thing that I'm gonna want is, I don't even know which one I'm gonna want next. Let's see, you got another engine, starting to get a rock. So we got so engines, monopropellant, that is nice. More connections, I guess, yeah. Aerodynamic stuff, more electrical stuff, more science stuff, and landing stuff. We don't need the landing stuff. We don't need the aerodynamic stuff. Science would be nice, but I think the electric probably a bit more important. Then fuel is probably the next important. And that's not so important. Neither, I think, are these. But I'm not sure what I should choose. If that's flight control, that's rocketry. I feel like they're connected. So science tech, and these are all like kind of science stuff. So this is flight controls. It's going to be more flight kind of stuff. So I'm not sure what I should choose. I think we'll probably just buy one of these lower ones. Let's choose. What do you guys think? Let's do this one. So the last one is Rockomax stuff. Okay. So we have 25 science. We just need 20 to buy the next thing. Yeah, let's just do the whole column before we move on, and then the whole column, and then move on, and so forth. So you always do the whole column before. So let's load up our Cobalt ship. Let's delete these guys. Yep. Delete. And delete. Cobalt load. Okay. So I need to think of ways that I can make this work better. Now, obviously, this is definitely not efficient. Not as efficient as a lot of things, could be. So I think we're going to keep the Cobalt how it is. I think I'm going to just try and load a new one. Or make a new one. Let's call this one... What should we call this? Let's call it the... When we called the last one Cobalt, how about for this one, we'll do Wolfram. Whoops. Wolfram. There we go. And start off with a capsule. Propulsion. Okay, well, we first need to go to structural. Get a coupler and... oh yeah, I forgot we got a ton of science stuff. Parachute. Yep. We're gonna want... So how big is this communication thing? Okay, that's pretty big. And this is a science thing. Okay, so... let's have this science thing. And we'll have... back to science. And we'll get 2 of these communitrons. Zoom in a little. And make this straight up. Is that straight up? Yes. Okay. We could put these communication things on either side. Look at that. There we go. That looks nice. So then, okay. Then we'll go to let's get the lower kind of stage going. So that's half a fuel tank. I think we're gonna want a full fuel tank. So a full fuel tank, and we'll go with a vectorable engine. And this will actually be our landing stage. And then, well, actually, what I want to do is, I believe, can fuel go across a? I believe fuel can go across a decoupler. I should be able to. So we will test out this flight. And I want to put on 2 or 4. Well, how would 4 fit? Why is that not working? There we go. So would 4 fit very well? Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Okay. So let's see how this works. How well this will work. Well, how should I do this instead? So I have, okay, I have this, and the 4 attached to this thing, and then I have another, and I have a, whoops, and then I have a decoupler, and then this again with the vectoring engine. Yeah, that seems to be okay. So let's just try this out to see if this upper stage works. If we can get off current gravity, it can basically get off of almost anything else. So let's try this. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, full throttle, ignition. Or not full, 60%. Seems perfectly fine. SS on. It seems really well. Okay. And then let's say I brought it over this way a little bit. And then say I cut the throttle, ejected that, and then fast forward a little bit. Okay. Now I hit let's increase the throttle 30%, cut it, because you're starting to go upward. Okay. Cut it. Let's cut. See if we can land this thing. Whoa. That was very okay, but that works. Let me just try it one more time. Let's just go to the launch and we'll see. Is it nearly daytime? I think it might be. Or did daytime already happen? It's oh, it's becoming night. Okay. So let's go to day. And here we go. So let me try out this science kind of stuff. So let's extend. How does that look? Okay, so that's that really cool one. And what's this one thing? Observe materials bay. Oh, that's cool. Material shows us little signs of change, though one of the samples appear to be judging you silently. Okay, so that's cool. So now we know what those new ones do. Let's trash that. Let's ignite. Let's see how much fuel we need. Is 30% enough? Let's close this. Retract. 35. 40% is enough to get off the ground. Very slow. So what's 60%? 60% is pretty good. But 40% is all that's required, really, to get it going. So cut, drop, and launch these engines. Should be are falling. Well, we're decelerating, and we're about to fall. We're about to fall again. Although we're not actually. This is enough velocity to keep us going, which is kind of funny, I think. Okay, so let's see if I can land this. Oh, there's Minmus. That's cool. Looks nice. Okay. Although I do feel like the lighting on this is a bit weird, but that's probably just because my graphics are low. Let's cut the engine, because we're definitely. This is definitely a really good for landing on big planets. For landing on small planets, I don't even think it's necessary to have. Except that we ran out of fuel. Wow. So that does run out really quickly. Okay, so I'm gonna do that one more time. Revert back to the launch. Oh man, that would mean it's gonna be nighttime again. Okay. So let me just try that one more time. SASR, throttle up. Okay. Cut, drop it. Cut. Okay, so let's fall back down. So let's see how well we can land this. Seems to be very sensitive. Like, there we go. So, I think this is overpowered. I just think so. So, I'm thinking I'm gonna try and, I don't know, I'll try 3, but I still think that would be too underpowered, or too overpowered. Boom, that was cool. Okay, revert to vehicle assembly building. So, we know that it works, although it runs down my fuel way too fast, it's way overpowered. I'm thinking we don't even need the radio things. I'm thinking that it's fine to just have this thing. But actually, I would like to see how well if this can actually lift it off the ground. So let's try that real quick as well. So normally when you're building really big rockets, you just want to test every single stage and make sure that it does what you want it to do correctly before moving on. So let's see if this can lift us off the ground. 30%, no. 50, no. 60, no. 70, 80%. So 100%, this is enough for Tylo and Kerbin and Eve, all that stuff. So that's fine. I guess we'll just keep using this then. I was thinking that it might end up being too much mass. But probably not, I guess, if this is working. So let's dive bomb right into this. Nice. I just totally destroyed the VAB. Just kidding. Okay, so that works perfectly fine. Hopefully, it should probably work with the landing gear. The landing gear shouldn't add too much mass. At 100% throttle, it will probably be enough to get off the ground. Although, I will actually have to try it again with the landing gear, of course, and with the with this landing gear and with batteries on it. So if I put on 8 batteries, how do I center it against that? So that's centered. Oh yeah, you can't center 8. You can center 6 though, I believe. Yeah. So if we put on 6, I feel like it looks kind of. I feel like these batteries are way too big. Wait, did we unlock the? Whoops. Whoops. No, we did not unlock the other thing yet. So what do we have that we can actually use though? That would be helpful. Let's try. Okay, so we put that on. I feel like that's way too large though. I don't like how that looks. I'd rather be like on here. I don't know, I do feel like it looks way too big. We'll do that later maybe. Radial parachutes, yeah, let's put just 2 on just in case. Because we don't want to end up possibly using, we want to put our parachutes above the center of mass. Because otherwise this thing won't stay intact, I don't think. So if we put them, I could put 1 behind it. So why don't I just do symmetry 1. I'll do 1 right here. And another 1 right here. Although, I don't know how off-center the mass would be. Because how much mass are those? 0.15? This is the whole thing, which is probably... Yeah, we don't want it to be asymmetrical. If it's asymmetrical, then it's going to end up not flying very well. Yeah, I did not mean to take those off. Put those back on. Put these guys back on. Okay. We'll just have them lower than the center mass. And that looks good for the lander stage. I've never really just put a landing stage just straight on, you're about to see, just right on an SRB. Because I don't think I've ever put something just over an SRB. But if you think about it, that would work very well. Like, it's such a small rocket, and it would work pretty well. So let's try this out, and that deploys, and then that engine deploys, and then these deploy, and then that will deploy, and then... Okay. Let's just try this out. We could try to have a mostly SRB rocket. That might be a good choice, opposed to a small choice, because this could potentially be enough to get us near orbit, if not into orbit, if you think about it. So why don't we try this? This episode's not going to be anything really special. It's just going to be testing. But so if we did this, and then I began my gravity turn already right now, a 5-degree gravity turn. Okay. So if I just did this, how far could we get to, how close could we get to space? I feel like it's not going very fast at all compared to how fast it should be. Just one of these. But maybe I'm just not really paying attention. Plus, we are nearly at Mach 1. Did we get the Mach cone yet? Oh, we're at Mach 1, and then eject that, and then, bam, 100% throttle. I am decelerating. Why am I decelerating? Oh, because the mass probably made it add too much. But that's okay, because this is the lander stage, so... In the stratosphere, I wonder how close we could get to space, though, you know? So, getting somewhere. We're actually making. This is actually a pretty okay rocket. Wonder. Let's see what that says. Yeah, let's keep this. Do a crew report. Keep the data. Okay. And approaching Mach 1. At Mach 1. We're almost above the stratosphere. We're actually making a lot of progress with just this little tiny rocket. Halfway to space. And halfway through our fuel. So I wonder how well this rocket would work. Our vertical speed seems to be slightly increasing, but it's mostly our horizontal that's increasing. We're in the mesosphere, and our apoapsis is now 20 kilometers below space. We might be able to get to space, but I doubt that we'll be able to get into orbit or anything of that manner. Kilometer per second, halfway through the mesosphere, getting somewhere. Apoapsis, near space, 10 below, nearly out of the mesosphere, and nearly out of fuel, 1,300 meters per second, pretty good. They're in the topmost part of our, we are in the exosphere. Our apoapsis is space. We are out of fuel. Okay, so we have enough to get to space. We do not have enough to get into orbit. We are pretty close to having enough to get into orbit, though. It's kind of cool. So I want to get ready for the crew reports and stuff like that. Review data. That says 17.5. The rarefied air has caused interesting changes to the gel samples. I think something is happening with the interior structure. That's 17.5, but maybe keep data. I'll reset it and I'll observe it. This says, yeah, microgravity has greatly affected the growth of acoustic structures. Loose objects also fly around the bay. Very messy but fascinating way. 25 signs. Nice. Crew report. Overwrite, yes. Keep data. EVA report. Yep, keep data. F for board. Should be good. So this is as high. We don't have much left, so I'll just cut to when we go back down, because I don't really feel like speeding up, and there's nothing to really see at all. So we should get back down in about 2 minutes. See you guys then. So we just passed our apoapsis, you can see right here, and we're now descending, of course. So I'll just speed it up. Actually, I'll take off SAS. Yeah, I gotta cut the throttle, and we'll just speed it up a bit till we get back into the atmosphere right now. And I'll do physical warp, and we're entering the mesosphere now and getting ever closer, accelerating. Entering the stratosphere, we will begin decelerating, and our entry burn, yeah, re-entry burn. On fire quite a lot. So, yep, slow it down. Moving in Mach 1, and we're 7 kilometers above. We're slowing down, but not much. Well, actually, no, we are slowing down much. Okay. I'm not sure how close to the ground we are, though. I know we're getting closer to it. At 1,000, let's deploy the chutes now. Alright, parachutes deployed. Decelerating, this should be fine for us. Let's put down the gears, just in case. There we go. And, yeah, okay. And so let's just gently let down the remainder of however long we're going to be floating down. Let's speed up 2 times. Getting closer. 3 times, slow it down. Okay, so we should just be falling for like another 200 meters or so, right? Well, I can speed it up a little. And getting near there. We should be there any second towards the ground. We're probably about 100 meters above it now. And so that was a nice suborbital flight as Minimus. So we definitely know that it has enough thrust. It does not have enough thrust with the parachutes and the I like the parachute image and the gears. We definitely don't have enough with that. However, it's not enough for taking off from the base. But of course, we're not going to be using that from the base. And we got 54 science. Oh no, we got 28.5 science. Recovery of a vessel after a suborbital flight. You get 1 data, but no science. It's kind of weird. You should get probably like 0.5 science. It's better than not even going on a flight. Material study while in space. Kerbal. Okay. So we got enough to buy the last thing. 54 science. So that's cool. We'll buy that. And what's the missing thing? So that's more ailerons, advanced SAS, and a probe. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So these are all 90, and we got what? 8 of them. So we need 720 science. Okay, that's gonna be a while. I think it's a little weird that this one splits into 3, this one splits into 3, this one splits into 3, and then that one just splits into 2. But I guess it's okay. It just seems a bit what's the word? It doesn't seem very contiguous. Okay, so we got a couple new parts. What parts did we get? Oh, we got some probes and stuff. Some new cockpits. So let's just do that next episode, because at least we did do a flight. And I do apologize that we didn't do much during this flight. We didn't really learn much. We got some science that we bought next stage. So I'll just end this off here. See you guys next episode. Bye.